Good people, what's going on, man? Just want to stop in real quick for a short video. What's fun about Twitter or X right now is I guess when the topic gets a lot of steam, it end up being like they do some kind of like update on Twitter. You know what I'm saying? It'll show like whoever those people are who I guess getting attraction from that conversation or that topic or whatever. I noticed that um, I had said something about Jay-Z and Nas, and I try not to do the comparisons too much anymore because obviously I'm a huge fan of both. But I just said simply, Jay-Z got a better flow than Nas. You know what I'm saying? Nas my GOAT, Nas my favorite MC. Everybody know that it's nothing new. You know what I'm saying? But Jay-Z is one of my favorite MCs. You know what I'm saying? I've written about them both in detail, what is articles back in the day on old websites and things like that. Different types, of course, conversation on my own podcast and other people's podcasts over the years, all in good conversation. So I'm a huge fan of both. So I said that, and it was a response to another guy who had a tweet about Jay-Z and Nas. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, he was saying that in his estimation, it was looked at as Nas had the better flow and Jay-Z had the better lyrics, and everybody's kind of like, well, if anything, it's the opposite way around. Like Nas has always been known to be the lyrical guy. Like lyrics and storytelling is his superpower. Like I said, Jay-Z thing was the flow. Like, yes, way back early on, he did rap fast and had them rappity rap for real, speed rapping. You know what I'm saying? This, at the sign of the times. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, you could tell he had a lot of different little styles early on, following around Jazzo and Big Daddy Kane and stuff like that. So yes, he was rapping kind of fast, you know what I'm saying? In some cases very fast. Then obviously around 94, he had a song called Reach the Top, and he slowed his flow down. And yes, that's probably, I'm sure that had to do with him listening to Illmatic, him listening to Biggie, him listening to, of course, he said old Cass stuff and Rakim and G-Rap and Chuck D. He named out the other, Kane, of course. He named out the other guys doing his rock and roll induction speech, whatever. Hall of Fame speech. So yes, of course, he eventually slowed his flow down, but he didn't stop that flow. He still did it on Jigga What, Jigga Who. My first song, Is That Your Chick? I mean, a lot of songs throughout his career, he still did the rapid flow that kind of reminiscent of how it was pre-Reasonable Doubt and pre In My Lifetime. The single, not the album. The single In My Lifetime remix, he slowed his flow down. But before that, again, he had a joint called What's in the Name, Reach the Top. You know what I'm saying? And I talked about the song Reach the Top in the article, Jay-Z, the greatest MC of all time in 1,000 words. I wrote that article for conversation purposes. It was combat one of my friends who wrote Nas is the greatest MC of all time in 1,000 words, and we was doing that for fun a couple of years ago, and I reposted that on TonyTheDome.com with a lot of other articles that I reposted again from my old website. So check that out. So anyway, Jay always been known to have all these flows. So I said, in pocket, I think Jay-Z has a better flow. You know what I'm saying? Jay-Z went toe-to-toe with Biggie on I Love the Dope, BK's Finest, Young G's, all that. He just had a rapid, it just crazy flow. Nas, to me, don't get me wrong, that 1994 and 1996 Nas flow was incredible. He had his own thing, dope flow. No question, still a dope flow. You know what I'm saying? I just think Jay-Z flow is better. And people was like, oh man, you hating on Nas. I'm like, I mean, let's be serious. Check my my tweets and videos over the years. If anything, people call me a Nas damn near. So we know there's no hate here. I just think Jay's got a better flow. You know what I'm saying? And ain't the not Nas flow. Nas flow is stupid. But also in hip hop, man, it's your preference with flows. There's been dope flows throughout the years. You know what I'm saying? Early on in hip hop, you know what I'm saying? Some of the greatest flows was somebody like Kool Moe Dee. You know what I'm saying? With somebody, who was very dope. Also early on, of course, DMC was dope from Run DMC. You know what I'm saying? I thought he had a dope way he used to flow. You know what I'm saying? Stuff like that. Like Run had the flavor, but DMC had the voice, the flow, and stuff like that. Melle Mel had a dope flow. You know what I'm saying? And other guys in that era had dope flows leading up to LL, who underrated every aspect, of course. And then, of course, we get to Rakim, one of the smoothest flows in hip hop history. One of the guys that, of course, when Paid in Full came out and Follow the Leader came out, it did change the way a lot of people was rapping. That's not a secret. The great MCs have talked about this before. The great 90s MCs talked about taking from the Rakim, the G-Raps, the KRSs, you know what I'm saying, the Slick Rick, who had dope flow too. You know what I'm saying? All of these guys, you know what I'm saying? So it really started happening during what we call that golden era of 1987, man, to like 1992. You know, even had West Coast cats with dope flows like Ice Cube. You know what I'm saying? So you've always had MCs with dope flows and 50 plus years of hip hop. And a lot of times it's about your preference. You know what I'm saying? Because what somebody might think is a dope flow, somebody else might not think that flow is that dope. Or somebody might think flow is just somebody rapping fast. That ain't what I'm talking. That's not the case. Because Biggie had one of the best flows in hip hop history. Smooth like molasses, bro. You know what I'm saying? So you don't have to rhyme. Cannabis didn't have a rapid fire flow. Dope flow. You know what I'm saying? So, but I was thinking that I also have a list of some people. I'm gonna name some of the people and talk about some of these people. But I had G-Rap. Of course, we know G-Rap flow is magnificent. One of the best flows in hip hop history. His influence in terms of flow is just unbelievable. Big Pun said he literally kissed the ring, man. You know what I'm saying? I mean, what G-Rap said, Pun kissed his ring. You know what I mean? Like, he's like a god to G-Rap. You know what I'm saying? Of course, G-Rap influenced, you know, pretty much everybody in Queens. You know, the Locks and Wu-Tang. A lot of people G-Rap flow influence, man. Big Pun, like I said, magnificent flow. Twister flow. Twister is unreal because you can literally understand everything Twister say. You know, since flow is beautiful, man. You know what I'm saying? Crazy Bone, dope flow. You know what I'm saying? Bone Thugs, all them cats can flow. You know what I'm saying? And to me, they're some of the most underrated MCs in general. You know what I'm saying? We talked about Jay-Z already. We talked about Big already. Big L, obviously rapid fire. He can give you everything, and you can kind of hear the influence from Kool G Rap and Big Daddy Kane and all them in Big L. You know what I'm saying? Andre 3000, one of the best flows ever. I was recently playing that Life of the Party again, and the way he flowed on that, man. You know, 16. I think with Rick Ross, unbelievable. The feature he did with T.I. Yeah, Andre 3000 got one of the best flows in hip hop to me too. AZ, smooth flow. Obviously, we know that. When he did Life's a Bitch, everybody knew something special right there. And it wasn't just the lyrics, because his lyrics was dope. You know what I'm saying? But the way he rhymed, the way he flowed on Life's a Bitch was insane. You know, Most Def, do I need to say anything? Rakim, I already talked about. Black Thought, insane. J. Cole, dope flow. You know what I'm saying? Eminem, amazing flow. Method Man flow. Tech Nine, Crooked Eye. Shout out to Crook. Jean Grey flow. Luda, Buster, Jadakiss, man. Pac flow was smooth. Don't get it twisted. Man, there's video of Pac. You go and YouTube, him in the studio, his voice so clear and the way he was flowing, man. Like Pac had a smooth flow, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, just so many different guys with amazing flows, man. And again, like I said, in a lot of cases, preference. You know what I'm saying? Like what flow you like the best. But I think it's safe to say some people flows are better than others. You know what I'm saying? In my opinion, I think that as dope as Nas flow is, Jay-Z could flow better. But Nas, like I said in a tweet, from day one, he was known for his lyrics. So what the hell for Snuffing Jesus? You know what I'm saying? I'm waving automatic guns and nuns. I mean, the way he was rhyming, I mean, his flow was dope, but for me, it wasn't that much more revolutionary than like Rakim to me and a couple of the goats from the golden era. It was dope. You know what I'm saying? But his rhymes is what people was like, did he just say that? And then his storytelling by the time, I mean, he had One Love on Illmatic, but by the time it was written, you know what I'm saying, with I Gave You Power and Shootouts, and you know, it was written, it was very cinematic, you know what I'm saying? And then after that, you get into this I Am phase, I Am and Nostradamus and all that, with, of course, leaking with Napster, you getting the fetus when you're rapping about being born and stuff like that. You getting the stories like Blaze of 50 and Drunk by Myself and stuff like that. So you're getting the storytelling. Yes, his flow was dope, but the storytelling and the lyrics, to me, always is what stood out for Nas. And somebody else might say different, because somebody earlier today said the flow it was written is what people was taking, or the flow on Illmatic. Okay, yes, he influenced some with the flows and stuff like that. Don't get me wrong. But the way he was rapping, as far as the lyrics, is what a lot of people, if you go and look up a lot of people talking about Nas coming out and stuff like that, you're going to hear them talking about the way he rapped in terms of his rhymes. You know what I'm saying? Because, I mean, his lyrics was just, was very, very, you know what I'm saying, like next level. You know what I'm saying? He was rapping. You know what I'm saying? So that's kind of the thing, man. You know, but you got other guys, man. Just real quick, Pharoah Monch is someone who, for me, has an amazing flow, man. And I know I said Eminem already, man, but I'm gonna tell you, prime Eminem flow was incredible. You know what I'm saying? And there's been so many incredible people. But who are people who got your favorite flows? You know what I'm saying? Who got the 5 or 10 best flows to you? What album overall displayed like the best flow throughout the whole album? Someone flowing, you know what I'm saying? And stuff like that, man. Because for me, there's a few. You know, Life After Death comes to mind when it comes to just MCing, but man, Biggie wrote all them different types of beats on Life After Death, man. Like that's one of the gold standards for me. You know, Rock came on Follow the Leader. Snoop Dogg on Doggy Style flow was so smooth. It's one of the best performances with a flow. You know what I'm saying? Like his flow was always, especially back then, his flow, the way he flowed on the Chronic, the way he flowed on Doggy Style, man, flow was incredible. You know what I'm saying? He could definitely ride a beat. You know what I'm saying? And my definition of riding beat is just somebody always in pocket. You know, there was times that even the first couple of Hit Boy projects, some songs Nas, it felt like he was perfectly in pocket, and some it didn't feel like he was. You know what I'm saying? Same with that Nasir album. You know what I'm saying? One thing about Jay-Z, whether you like the song or the album, he's always in pocket rhyming. His flow was always just flawless, even if you thought the song wasn't good or the album wasn't good. Nas wasn't always in pocket every time, especially in the second half of his career. There was times where it didn't always sound like he was perfectly in pocket, but the rhymes was always perfect. You know what I'm saying? And flawless when it came to that. That was my whole point when I'm talking about the flowing part. Jay-Z superpowers was his flow. Don't get me wrong, his rhyming is dope, but his superpowers is flow because he did play with so many different flows over the years. Now I got to address one thing real quick. This young dude hit me on some stuff about Young Chris and influencing on Jay. Well, take Jay off your list because Young Chris influenced Jay Flow. Now, Young Chris came around 2000, right? And then the Young Gun, State Property, and all that. Before that, you got Reasonable Doubt, Volume 1, Volume 2, Volume 3, The Dynasty, The Blueprint, all this stuff like that around that time, right? You got all the songs he did with Biggie, all this stuff like that. Jay-Z flow by the time 2000 came, he had like 5-6 albums, dog. He was already one of the GOATs already by that time. You know what I'm saying? So what are we really talking about? And even after that, you're telling me after The Blueprint 1, every time Jay rhymed, he sounded like Young Chris, or he was taking Young Chris flow. Did you hear something similar with the way Young Chris and the way some other people in Rockefeller was rapping? Did you could hear Jay-Z influenced by some of that at some point? Yeah, same way they all was influenced by him. You know what I'm saying? But let's not act like, you know what I'm saying, the Black Album sound like take him out as Young Chris flow throughout the Black Album. This Young Chris flow throughout, you know, American Gangster and 444 and all that. Let's not be, come on, man, let's be serious. Did he do his flow some after they all got tight and signed all that? Yeah, they all was influencing each other. I'm not gonna short Young Chris. He was a dope MC, but you know what I'm saying? Like look, just like Lost Ones, make another Hove. I mean, let's come on, man. Let's not be serious, man. I mean, let's not be silly. But nevertheless, man, it's all good fun conversation, man. There's no right or wrong with none of this, man. As far as like your preference and who you like the best, I feel I'll share it there. That's why I wanted to do the video because I ain't want to type too much more, man. But anyway, thanks for supporting me over the years, man. If you like to read, some people still like to read and hit me up about old articles. Go to TonyTheDome.com, man. Check that out. I posted several clips again from old interviews and conversations on the Dome podcast. You can check out me on the Crooked. I came on twice so far. Rob Martin been on twice. Love from Apple Music, of course. Got Homie Sam from the Rap Roundtable. I've been on the Rap Roundtable several times over the years. Fresh Out, you know what I'm saying. Apartment 5B, you know what I'm saying? Kill, my man Kill, been on the platform several times. And Vague, of course, from hip hop now, been on their joints multiple times. And we all, you know, it's just a community, man. I rock with all these guys, man, and we agree to disagree, keep it moving, man. But it's a lot of guys that we rock with, man. So check them out, support their platforms as well, man. Anyway, yo, peace.